Okay, so Satabisha was, I think 2 years your senior. Okay, she joined one
One
of our.
year.
Okay, 1 year. How based on how you count it? Okay, because I
Uh-huh.
am past 2 academic years.
Okay, okay. That's
Uh,
it. Okay.
yeah, okay. She is actually a 1 year your senior, and yeah, she was one of the very first students to join the program. Again, she did not have a very good day during the exam. So she, I think, barely managed to clear the cutoff, and she was wondering if she would get any seats in the COAP process. Surprisingly, she got a nice offer. I don't think from biomedical, but from material science at IIT Kanpur. Just correct me if I'm wrong, Satabisha.
No, sir, it's correct.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
of course, her dream was to get into one of the IITs, and she was very, very glad with their offer. Okay, so some of you are in a similar position compared to you. So I thought, we talk to her, get to know her, experience, and then that would give you some idea on strategize better for her. Okay, that's the objective of this session. And so I leave the stage to Satabisha. Okay. Please give a brief intro on yourself on top of whatever I did, so that others, everyone here can locate themselves with respect to your co-op experience. Okay,
Okay.
Satabisha.
Hello, everyone. I'm Satabisha Ghosh. I'm currently doing my master's from IIT Kanpur, as sir has said, like in material science and engineering. I had given my gate in 2021, and my score out of 1,000 was 337. And I am like NCOBC. So the cutoff for me was like 22.5, but I scored 24.6667. So to be honest, I was happy that I had cleared gate, but I was not very hopeful that if I will be getting a decent seat in IITs or NITs or anywhere. So what I did was that I tried to convert this score to a seat, and for that I knew that I might not get my choice college or choice subject, but there are in fact many interdisciplinary streams where we can apply via gate biomedical, and we can and you can do your M.Tech thesis which is related to our field. Like for instance, I'm doing material science and engineering, and my thesis is going to be regarding biomaterials, like HAP coatings, like hydroxyapatite coatings for bone materials and prosthetics. So it's experimental, but I'll be working on that. So I always wanted to work on biomaterials or tissue engineering, so it's a win-win situation either way. But there are pros and cons at the same time when you go outside your field. Uh, One being the fact that you have to go through a lot of competition, because one, the majority of the people will be from the same background. Like for me, the most of my peers are from materials background, and I have no freaking clue of what's going on. Like I remember my first semester was very tough, very, like I had to study structural characteristics, transport phenomena, and I really did not do well in my midsem as well. But then I got a hang of it, because I'll say that people here, they know that what the other person is going through, and they'll like, we always work together. We struggle together. We don't like it's a healthy competition, if I say, like one pulls the other up and then we go again. So in that way, I just got a hang of everything, and now it's going. Uh, so another thing is that when I applied for COAPs, I was I applied to almost like every interdisciplinary where biomedical could have been accepted. Okay, like I applied to n number of courses in n number of IITs and NITs. Not NITs. I did not go to NITs because CCMT wasn't like accepting anything by then, but I did in COAPs. I have a list actually. Uh, I'll send to sir if sir can circulate it. If anybody requires it, they can access to that. Like for my time, those streams were accepting GATE biomedical score. Some of them are M.Tech courses, some of them are MSR, some are even MSc courses. So my uh, point was like to convert it into a seat. For me, the preference really wasn't there. Uh, I got this seat in COAPs round first only. IIT Kanpur material science. I could have waited. Yes, I could have, but I was actually going through a mm, like mental agony with all the stress and tension if I could convert it or not. So I just locked my first choice, whatever came in my first round. But yes, I could have got another seat, which was like biomedical. That's like if, what ifs. But uh, yeah, that's all pretty much. Uh, I'll actually, it will be helpful, sir, if you ask me some questions and I can answer you. I don't know how to go about it like in a general manner.
Yeah, I think, I mean, you already shared lots of information. So one thing is we certainly need that list of positions that they have to target for. If you send it to me, I can forward it to them. Okay.
I'm sending you right now, sir.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll forward it once the meeting is over.
Mm.
So regarding competition, so competition is everywhere. So uh, you know, IIT, IAC, any university you go, competition is going to be there for any position. So if you want to become a chai wala, there is going to be, in fact, heavier competition
Yeah,
there. So
yes.
I'm also glad that you said competition was very constructive. You had a nice learning environment, and then initially it's hard. Okay, specifically if you're looking for other streams, that is something to note for. There will be some core courses that you'll be learning for the first time. Say, for example, here people who did UG in material science would have done
Mhm.
most of these things.
There are,
Transport phenomena.
and another thing about, I don't know about other IITs, but I think it will be same for most of the IITs, that when you're doing PG,
Mhm,
M.Tech people, PhD people, and even some B.Tech people do the same courses together. So the
mhm,
people who are the PhD students who are doing the subject with us, they know
mhm,
better than us. So there is also a kind of not partiality, but there is a mismatch and or a disbalance in the marks ratio. Like most of the highest marks are scored by PhD students, and M.Tech students struggle a bit in that. And even the M.Tech students who are here, many of them have done their integrated M.Tech, and after that they have come here. So
mhm.
there is also this kind of thing if you're a fresher and if you're a non-fresher in that case of M.Tech. But the overall scenario is that, one, the faculties are good, and I won't say everyone is good, but there are some good and bad. It's like shade of gray. But
Mhm,
even if the faculty is not helping, the peers are very helpful, the
mhm.
seniors are very helpful. So it makes up for it at the end of the day.
Okay. And okay, so that is expected. So yeah, you'll be competing with all this curious undergraduates to all this veteran PhDs.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is it. So do you know about like placement prospects at IIT Kanpur in general and specifically material science related to biomaterials?
Sir, to be honest, I was never like, I just don't, I feel very intimidated by this placement term at the
Mhm,
end of the day. So, but I know about my department.
mhm,
So we have application engineer, design engineer, analyst, and system engineer
mhm,
for applied materials, Eton,
mhm,
Micron Technology, Accenture, EXL Services, Fiber Network,
mhm.
HFCL, Saint Gobain's, GE, that is General Electric. There are many. Like these are like they have taken like almost, I think 11 people are left in our batch, like our previous batch, Y20 batch, to be placed. Most of them are placed right now.
Okay, and also most of the names you mentioned are somewhat core companies, right? Related to materials.
Yes.
Okay, so that is good to know. I have, one more important question before that. If anyone has questions, uh, you could introduce yourself, and if you have a low, specifically if you have a low gate score, you could check with her. Uh, any doubts or questions? Anyone? Perhaps Nilay has actually somewhat of a higher score. Kalai Elavarasan.
Yes, sir. Hi, ma'am. I'm Karan.
Mhm.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, go on. Don't call me ma'am.
She is just 1 year senior to you. She is like, perhaps,
Uh-huh.
Akka would be somewhat demeaning, but it's fine. Call her Satabisha.
Uh-huh.
Okay, ma'am. It's coming, ma'am, only then.
Okay, go on.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I got 323, ma'am. Not this year, ma'am. Previous year, when I studying in third year. Ma'am, I'm a bit confused about how M.Tech programs will go, ma'am. Like just completing semesters, or we have to go depth research. Hello, ma'am.
So let me see if I understand. Let me rephrase the question. Is it like fully
Ma'am,
courses exams, or there is also research and thesis? Is that your question?
yes, sir. I just want to know what we are going to do at M.Tech. Just completing semesters or doing research, sir.
Okay, fine. I think she can answer that.
Thank you, sir.
So Satabisha, was the question clear to you? Seem to have a technical issue. But okay, I think while she gets back online, if it's M.Tech, okay, it's mostly going to be courses, and you certainly will have a final year project, okay, final project. So it's mostly coursework, but the catch is most IITs give heavy project work as part of course credits. That is, say, out of 100 marks, they assign 20 to 40 marks just for projects. Okay, so rest, say 20 marks you get from assignments, rest say 40 marks you get from exams. Okay, so there will be one major final project, that is for sure, for M.Tech, and courses might involve smaller projects. Okay, but if it is MS or MS research, you certainly need to do a, I think, thesis. So that is like, you can't get away with a very simple thing. That is, you can't get away by just writing an exam. You need to do a thesis for MS. So that's a major difference, whether it's M.Tech or MS. Okay. So I think that would have answered. Satabisha is still here.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, audible now. Okay, I think.
Okay, there was some Wi-Fi problem, I think, sir. Sorry. I'll ask him to repeat his question again. I just lost him in the middle.
Yeah. So I think let me rephrase. He asked, so is it going to be mostly courses for M.Tech, or a combination of courses and projects?
So you have to do 4 courses, out of which 2 are compulsory, and 2 are like, and sorry, 2 are compulsory. No, we have to go do 4 courses in each semester, 2 compulsory, 2 electives. The compulsories are the same. The electives you can choose between, like, there are various kind of, you can even choose courses from chemical department, or biotechnology department, or aerodynamics department. You can choose from anywhere. And the first year, you have, like, first year is like 2 sems, first sem and second sem. You will do 8 courses, and that's all. You don't have any coursework for the next year. So we have here we have like 4-month semesters. So 8 months you are doing your coursework, and it depends on your guide. Actually, some of the guides, they give you literature reviews in between the time. They ask you to be around the lab and see how the work is going on, assist the PhD students and learn from them. Or paper present on the recent work that are going on in the field. And from the second year, there is the other half. It's like completely your M.Tech thesis, your project work. So it's a combination of both. But now what happens is that many people find it difficult with the coursework, like 4 coursework load. It seems like 4 subject, but at the end of the day, it also becomes very difficult. So some people drop the courses, and then you can do it. See, the number of coursework is like, it's constant. At the end of the 2 years, you have to complete it. You can do it in the summer semester if you want. You can do it while you are doing your thesis if you want. So yes, that's it.
Okay. So yeah, briefly, it's going to be a mixed collaboration. So courses will be, in fact, IIT system will be very, very different. If you had attended last meeting, it doesn't come under this controller of examinations. Whatever IIT prof, the course prof decides, he is allowed to do set his lines. What percentage of a course is exams, what percentage is assignments, what percentage is projects.
That is like, even the grading is not uniform for some.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, again, we seem to have a Wi-Fi issue, but that's why. Okay, 1 second. Oppo A52. Can you please identify yourself? Is that Devashri, Reshmi? While we wait.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I think I lost my connection again. Sorry.
No, not an issue. It's okay.
So what I was saying is that even the grading system is not absolute. Like for one of my subject, there was like above 65, it's A. From 55 to 65, it's B. Below, from 45 to 55 is C, and below that is D. And in other cases, even if you are like plus minus 15 marks of the average score, you are B. A to some people who are like the highest, and like plus minus 5 marks from the highest, and rest are C. So that's the huge difference. Even if you even if another, like one of my friend, he got 55 out of 100, the average was 57, and he still got a D. So he had to repeat another courses. So that's the thing.
Yeah. So Kalai, Ellerson, to make it actually brief, no, this is relative grading. Okay. You are graded with respect to how the rest of the class did. Okay, it's not absolute grading. If the first mark is like 45 out of 100, then that is, it's essentially like 45.3 got mapped to 1000, right, in GATE. Similar thing happens with in relative grading. So all of that are actually post admission things. We'll not worry about it, but things will be very different from what you have done in UG. You will have sufficient environment. You'll be able to find students to cope up with difficulty. Okay, if you had to read the question more generally, or things are going to be different, going into one of the IITs, certainly yes. Okay, things anywhere you go, things are going to be hard, but you will have sufficient lifelines, and there will be a system in place for you to catch up. And as far as you are diligent, you work hard, you should be fine in any IIT. Okay, so we'll get back to post-gate, pre-COAP or pre-admission details. So one thing is very, very clear: if your score is low, you still have a good chance of getting a IIT seat. Okay, often IITs, getting into IITs is what matters. Okay, most of them may not get a core job, be it in whichever department they are. Being mechanical, not all of them get a mechanical job. Civil, not all of them get a civil job. Electronics, not all of them get an electronics job. Some of them go to IIT, some of them go to management. So not all of them end up with a core job. Okay, so the department as such, don't give a lot of weightage to the department. Give weightage to getting into IITs. Okay, so for that, what you need to do, one strong takeaway from this meeting is, I think what Satabisha said at the beginning, apply to as many positions that you are eligible for. Okay, and yeah sir, we are eligible for 20 positions. I got offer from 20 things, and I got an offer from some department in the very first round. What should I do? Be greedy, pick that and move on. Okay, so IIT tag somewhat certainly does matter, and once you get into the system, there are sufficient pathways for you to uh, to fine tune your progression, your career progression. There are multiple avenues once you get into the system. So focus on getting into the system, apply to as many streams that you are eligible for. Okay, that is a very strong
The
takeaway
key
point.
point here is that what I did was like I made a list of IITs and I went to their website. I saw what are the, like I went to the PG admission section and what are the departments and which are the branches which are eligible. Like I did that for every stream of every IIT. It was a lengthy procedure, like very lengthy procedure, but it paid off at the end. And for M.Tech courses, most of the IITs, they don't take interviews, but for MSR and other MSCs, they take interviews. So they have to even be in touch with the GATE syllabus until and unless they secure a seat. Like they have to, but they, for IIT Madras, like I had to appear for an interview. So they'll actually tell you like which are your strong points. So you go about that. I said biomechanics, so they asked me question from biomechanics. If you say instrumentation, then instrumentation. Those are like very basic questions, but conceptual questions. They'll see like how strong your base is.
Yeah. So yeah, again, see, one of the things they always, questions are usually open-ended. That is, there is no one single correct answer. They want to see how you are thinking, how you approach a problem and all that during interviews, mostly. Okay, that is what they test, at a conceptual level. So yeah, interviews are there, and in fact, some of the things we learned in the class certainly will help the interview stage. Yeah, so do that hard work that she did. Go to every IIT, make a elaborate list of. I think most of you are in qualifying degrees biomedical, UG degrees biomedical. Elaborate list of seats that you are eligible for. Then, so be very greedy at two stages. Be greedy at the application stage, apply to as many as possible, and then be greedy during offer stage. Get an offer, take it. Okay, you should be happy. Then you shouldn't be worried. Okay, this flower looks like this. The next flower that you see, will be slightly better than this flower. What if?
Sir, here one more thing I'll say before like choosing the college and the stream, they should also do another thing is that they need to see the faculties and their research work, so that at the end of the day when they go to them, they'll see that what thesis, I mean, if there is any link in their UG courses and their vision to what the department has already been working on. So at the same time, they are choosing if biomedical is eligible, they should also see if any professor in that department is working in anything which interests them. In our department, almost like 3 to 4 professors are working with biomaterials.
Yeah.
And
again,
another thing is that in COAP, like for me, it's I chose the first option that came to me. I could have accepted that and floated the decision. I couldn't. I mean, I confirmed it, but I could have done that too. But it was my preference that I did not do that. I couldn't like afford like that all mental agony stage. but they could do till 2 rounds. So my personal suggestion will be for them to wait till the last round when you have to make a decision, because the seat is not going anywhere. The seat is there for you till the last, till you like float it, till you choose another option and then decide to float it. So if they like my IIT Kanpur could have been BSBA department if not MSc department. So all my friends and everybody had told me to float it, but it was my decision. But I'll suggest them to do the same, to wait for the last round, where they have not last round in the sense like you can float an option for 2 rounds at max. Like if you get an offer in the first round, you can float it in the second round, and you have to make the decision by third round. So third round is the ultimatum. It's like usually 1 week gap between each round, so you'll get many options by then. Or you can, like, even if you don't like it, you can choose whatever you have chosen in the first place. So yeah,
Oh.
they can explore the other options.
Okay, sure. So floating is this reserving until you see the result for the next round, is it? Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. So I think so that is where that's the point of this discussion, inviting her to talk here. Experience speaks better than or recent experience speaks much better than general knowledge and all that. Yeah, one of the details we overlooked at the very beginning of the meeting is Satabisha said she chose material science because there was biomaterials related thing that she had a lot of interest in. So yeah, make an elaborate list of things that you're eligible for. Keep interest at sight. Okay, that was a major correction from her. Second thing is, yeah, be greedy in getting a seat, but if you have an option to float, that is without any penalty, you can procrastinate, you can postpone your decision without any penalty. That I think is floating, or you don't have to decide it right away. You still have 1 week time to decide. Okay, in that case, just wait, get the latest update on all the offers, and then decide. So again, two important corrections. Yeah, slightly different from what I suggested, and of course, this is better. Go by that. Okay, I think this is clear with everyone. Make an elaborate list. Have a eye on things that you are interested in. There will be some interested, intersection of your interest and the elaborate list that you make, and then wait until the last minute to accept the offer, because you have an option to reserve the decision. Okay. So any other questions?
This
I think
whole
that summarizes
procedure,
that's
this
what.
whole reservation procedure is elaborated in the COAP website. They can even go there and see it if they have any doubt regarding it.
Okay, and I think that is what did I read you correctly at the second time?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay,
Sir.
so okay, fair enough. Yeah, very two important points. I think all of you would have noticed. I'm hoping. Any other questions? I already received the list. I'll just send it to the group. This is I think last year's list, but everyone has to do the groundwork. At least one person in the group should do the groundwork and share it with the rest of the group for this year. That is list we have right now might be slightly different from the updated list. So if we don't have any other questions, I think so. Any other questions? 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Okay, it becomes like an auction. So I think we should thank Satabisha. Certainly informative, Satabisha. So again, you made it. There was a clear illustration of why we are actually doing this, having this conversation. Actually, getting students who participated in the process, talking to them. There were strong takeaway points. Certainly everyone has a better strategy, and right now I think thanks a lot, Satabisha, and wish you very good luck with your whatever is waiting ahead of you. Okay,
Thank you, sir. And
sure.
all the best to everyone who is attending the meeting. And it's like, don't get disheartened, because I myself did not imagine that I would be able to convert this into a seat, to the extent that on the day the COAP was supposed to open in the first round, I did not even want to check if I got any seat or not. My father literally forced me that, okay, even if you don't get anything, just see. So it was like a shocking surprise in a pleasant way that I got it. So you might think that this is not good enough a score, but at the end of the day, it depends who are the people who have applied for that course, and who are the what is the competition or rush towards there. So just give it, like, even if you think you don't have a shot, don't think about it, just apply it. You never know from where you'll be getting that chance. So many of the people will say that I saw the cutoff of last year, it is not even near mine. I did not even care about the cutoffs. I just applied because I was eligible for that, and my interest kind of aligned to theirs. So just go for it. So don't see the cutoff. Yes, you will be wasting a bit of money because you are applying to such many courses. But I'll say, if you are that desperate to get a seat, to convert your score to seat, it's worth it at the end of the day. So yeah, all the
Okay.
best, guys.
Yeah, sure. Satabisha, I think one last question.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Last time we spoke about IIT Hyderabad that that had few seats through
Yes,
non-gate
sir.
process. Do you know of other IITs that do that?
Sir, it will change from year to year. It's not like every IIT offers that seat
Mhm.
every year. So they have to search it by every IITs.
I see. Okay, 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 fine. So we'll do that work for you. Okay, then I think so. All the best,
Sir,
everyone. On.
what I know is that in Jadavpur University, Kolkata,
Mhm.
they have a thing. It will be like late in like August, September. Their admission procedure starts, but they have a specific quota for non-gate people.
I see. Is this Jodhpur? Jodhpur
No,
is Rajasthan.
Jadavpur University.
I see. Okay. And is this, I mean, IIT or Jadavpur University?
No, it's not IIT, but it's one
Okay.
of the best autonomous in Kolkata. So
I see.
if you research about Jadavpur University, you'll know that it's a good college.
I see. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay then. So yeah. Okay. That is good to know. So
So there will be many colleges like Jadavpur University all over India, which have a good NIRF rank, and they also offer to non-gate students.
okay. Through I mean, offer without
Non-gate,
gate scores.
they have seats reserved for gate students as well as non-gate students.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So that's good to know. And yeah, we'll also do the background work. Let's stop here. Plan for 30 minutes. I think we're good times to stop. So yeah, have a good one, everyone. All the best, Satabisha. So all the best again. Everyone here with your COAP. Okay, we'll meet again with. So is this thing, all these meetings useful quickly? I mean, uh, I know 4-5 are attending based on this thing. Would we?
Yes, so quite helpful.
Quite helpful, right? So we'll continue this, and we'll also do one at a time so that we have some focus. Okay, yeah, it's easy to invite 10 students and talk about, but there is all strategy, all focus, everything is lost. So we'll keep doing this. 15 to 30 minutes will start.
Thank you, sir.
So by the way, tomorrow at 3 p.m. We'll hear about medical imaging systems. He had a reasonable score, around 400 to 500, I think. Okay, I think from OBC category, and he got medical imaging at IIT Kanpur, one of the few IITs to offer a specific medical imaging M.Tech seat. And I heard very nice things about the program. Okay, so tomorrow at 3 p.m. Okay, I'll also send an update to the groups, but just in case I miss it, make a note of it right now. And okay, so thanks, Satabisha. Have a good one. Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Great. So fine, Oppo A52. So just I asked two names. You said yes, sir. Devashri or Rashmi?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Devashri.
Yes, we hear, sir.
Okay,
So sorry,
okay.
sir. I have poor network connection, sir, from my village, so I can't attend the meeting at the right time, sir.
No, no, no. Fine. I think, but I think you got the gist of it, I suppose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine then. So we'll meet tomorrow at 3 p.m. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Satabisha. Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.